Alright, hey guys, this is the fart reviewer here. So that video you just watched is called Farting on Dirtied Underwear, and I'm here to review it with...
Ritchie.
So yeah, he wanted to be a guest on my video, and this is my first video by the way, so please go light on me, but we are reviewing the video, Farting on Dirtied Underwear, as I said before. And as you saw in the video, it really makes for an interesting discussion. Would you agree with that?
Indeed, I would agree with that. What I was thinking initially upon watching it was that this was just a man who decided to engage in some immature comedic events. But as the video progressed, he transgressed the line of crude humor into a much more serious note. Do you have any ideas of what I could be getting at here?
Well, yeah, I definitely saw what you mean by that. Like, at the beginning of the video, you can't really see his face, but you can just tell, based on his emotion, that the way he looks at the underwear, and quickly he shifts to the camera, which I'll play over right now. But you can tell it really sets for a serious tone in the video. Like, I feel like most people would take this as a joke, but it's a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. When he actually turns around and tries to angle the underwear, I was almost thinking that he had suffered some sort of tremendous loss, and that he was coping for this loss by assuming, just basic positions that would help him feel more physically comfortable and able to cope in other ways than just attending therapeutic sessions.
At the end of the video, you can kind of see, well, which I'll play over as well. You kind of see he runs out of the bathroom very quickly, and I think he brought back probably post-traumatic stress disorder, a situation where I felt like the fart he let out was it was reminiscent of, I think he lost a son potentially, and the fart was like a scream of his son just trying to escape, escape his dad's soul, and he really, really feels like, I need to get out, I need to feel appreciated, and he needs to let the world know that his son was real, but I feel like he didn't share it with anybody.
But I think the thing that really it really destroys the iota of verisimilitude that theory has is that he is so quick to discard the underwear. After he runs out, he's so quick to discard it and not hold on to it. It's like, well, do you think he could have been a bad parent and that he wanted to discard his son so he murdered him and he's just not in jail for it? Or like when he discards the underwear, if he wants to keep that plant there as like a reminder of what happened to his son, then if he's actually feeling guilty about it, then why would he keep a reminder there every day? Wouldn't you think it more practical that he be a psychotic mass murderer who might be a grave danger to his surrounding community?
I think that's also a potential because, in the video he obviously covers up his face, Why would he need to do that on the internet when, nothing really matters? But I think you're getting on an interesting conversation piece there because he might have actually committed other murders and he just doesn't want people finding him,
I understand. I had one more point to bring up. You see that at numerous points in the video that his chest his chest doesn't exactly look like he's the most fit person around. So I'm wondering if you thought that the actions which he has chosen to display here might be representative of some sort of wider eating disorder that he'd like to bring to the public's attention in a very creative manner, or...
Yeah, that makes me wonder, why, if this theory about him being a mass murderer is true, I wonder if over time, he just kind of got sick of himself, and he's like, I hate my life, it's not very healthy that I live this way. And he decided he got, so fed up in his own eating disorder that he turned into, a mass murderer and that resulted from his eating disorder. And I feel like he's trying to show that as, a symbol of saying, I'm on the internet, I'm not afraid of what I did, but at the same time, he's trying to conceal that identity of his.
I had one more very interesting point that I think we need to discuss here. As you know, in the media, there's been lots of reports, all very credible, of societal violence against women in the modern age and catcalling and all those nasty, despicable behaviors that have been cast towards women nowadays.
Definitely.
And I was wondering if, by taking the underwear, he meant to represent the common man who would do those kind of horrible, repugnant acts to women in his community.
Yeah, it asks for an interesting, a spin on things, because now that I'm looking at it, the underwear actually kind of looks like a mixture of tidy whities and a bit of a panty like feeling from a younger girl. So I wonder if he actually killed his daughter, and he actually didn't feel any remorse for her, and him farting on it is just kind of remembering like, haha, fuck you, you know, I'm farting on your underwear to, you know, always trying to appear dominant as males do nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's simply, I have no words for the level of abhorrence, excuse me, that he displays here, simply because he will showcase his actions in this way. I'm simply, I'm left in shock. What could he be doing to show this level of disconcern for women in his community? I mean, with this crude action, he's not showing consideration of how he should present himself to women. He's not showing consideration of the wage gap. He doesn't understand how likely women are to be raped by men like himself. I mean, well, you know, I think it's important to note that the speed which he runs out of the bathroom, it's almost like a child molester who is caught brutally assaulting a young girl. And I mean, such a reprobate to society and just, you know, a menace. I mean, you can't have people like that in your community. So I think it's very important to more deeply analyze the symbols of his fart more than simply what is showcased in the video and the crude immaturity which he wants us to pick up on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you like were trying to infer this or not, but I think you were trying to get at like a point that, you know, he could have raped his daughter, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. If he is this type of man, like, obviously it's awful. I mean, raping a little girl whose underwear he leaves behind it, you know, shit on, pun not intended, but, you know, he's just trying to really put down the female, and this man in this community, he must be known for who he is, you know. We should try to find some satellite photos of his bathroom, you know, expose the man. I'm not saying dox him, but I'm just saying, you know, like, release all of his public information, like, in the public, obviously. Well, not public information, but release his information in the public. And, you know, try to Photoshop maybe an image of what his face looks like so we can notify the police of what this man looks like, you know.
Well, the other day, I watched a video by a very kind woman who is starting a new social justice project in which she would publish personal information of those people who would say repugnant things online. In effect, doxing them, but in a more socially acceptable way than her political opponents would. I think that this man is scared of such a system, so that the underwear could also represent the creator of that video and his extreme hatred for the consequences which he could face if such a project were to be implemented successfully.
Yeah, I think a man like this obviously is trying to show the world that he stands out against feminism, which is obviously bad. And the way, I don't know, you can just tell the entire video is very crude towards these opinions, and he's the type of man to, you know, leave his fart in the room, if I could say so as an example, and then flee the area quickly, which he does all in 31 seconds on his channel, and it's very, very interesting. And I also want to note that in the description it said this pair of underwear has already been through hell, which, you know, which is kind of back in the conversation a bit now, but it could relate back to the point that he beat his daughter, you know.
Well, Fard, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to have had this discussion with you, and I think I'll mute for a minute so that you can state an effective closing statement to wrap up the ideas which we have discussed in a philosophical manner today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ritchie. I would like to leave a little closing statement on Fartmaster and his entire channel. So, Fartmaster, this is probably his most recent video as of February 7th, or one of his most recent videos, and you can just kind of tell that even though it's not deemed as it, based on the video you can tell he's a misogynistic asshole. He potentially raped his daughter and killed her, and he wants to impose his like ideas on society that are very like toxic to everyone's opinions. And we need to stop this man, and we need to put his information out on the internet to make sure that he does not get away with it. So I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully we can find some more farting videos to review, and I'll see you guys next time.